The room is completely dark. The house is quiet. The world has finally stopped demanding your attention, but inside your head, a chaotic, deafening war is raging. You stare at the ceiling, replaying a conversation from 6 hours ago. You agonize over a mistake you made. You mentally list the overwhelming mountain of tasks waiting for you tomorrow. Your body is exhausted, but your mind is running on a relentless, terrifying treadmill. You are physically in bed, but psychologically, you are still at work, still fighting, still carrying the crushing weight of the world. This is how most people end their days. They do not go to sleep, they simply collapse from mental exhaustion. They use their final waking moments to torture themselves with anxiety, dragging the debris of today directly into tomorrow. And because they end their days in chaos, they wake up in chaos. But thousands of years ago, the Stoic philosophers understood a profound psychological truth. The way you close your day dictates the way you will command your tomorrow. For men like Marcus Aurelius, an emperor burdened with the weight of Rome, and Seneca, a statesman navigating treacherous political waters, the evening was not just a time to rest. It was a sacred, tactical ritual. It was the ultimate mental reset. They knew that if you do not actively wash your mind clean at night, you will slowly poison your entire life. Today, we are going to tear down your chaotic evening habits and replace them with a timeless, battle-tested framework. We are going to explore 7 Stoic things you must do every single night before you sleep. These are not relaxation hacks. These are psychological laws that will sever your attachments, eradicate your nightly anxiety, and build an inner citadel so strong that no nightmare or waking crisis can breach it. Before we unlock this architecture, you have a choice to make. You can close this video and go back to wrestling with your midnight anxieties, or you can stay, focus, and rebuild your mind. Hit the subscribe button to join those who build in silence. Leave a comment below to cement your intention. Share this with someone who is losing their nightly battles. And do not skip a single step. Every rule is a lock on the door of your mental fortress. Drop this exact declaration in the comments right now to set your frequency. I command my mind, and I own my peace. Number 1. The ruthless daily audit. Most people try to escape their day the moment it ends. They numb themselves with endless scrolling, television, or alcohol, doing everything in their power to avoid looking at their own reflection. They run from their mistakes, ignore their emotional triggers, and consequently, they wake up the next morning destined to repeat the exact same failures. The Stoics treated the mind like a courtroom, and every night they placed themselves on the witness stand. Seneca famously practiced a nightly review. When the light was removed and his house fell silent, he would examine his entire day, omitting nothing. He would ask himself, what ailment did I cure today? What flaw did I resist? Where did I act out of anger? And where did I act out of wisdom? To become mentally untouchable, you must adopt this ruthless daily audit. Before you sleep, play the tape of your day back in your mind. Look at the moment you lost your temper. Look at the moment you procrastinated. Look at the moment you showed unexpected courage. This is not an exercise in self-punishment or guilt. Guilt is an incredibly useless emotion that keeps you trapped in the past. This is an exercise in intelligence gathering. You're stepping outside of yourself, observing your actions like a detached scientist and extracting the data. When you look your flaws dead in the eye without flinching, they lose their power to haunt you in the dark. You acknowledge the mistake, extract the lesson, and close the file. Anchor this practice in your mind. Write in the comments, I observe my actions and extract the wisdom. Number 2. Sever the cords of the unfinished. Anxiety thrives on the incomplete. The human brain is biologically wired to hold on to open loops. The email you didn't send, the project you didn't finish, the conversation you left hanging. When you take these open loops to bed, your subconscious works overtime trying to close them, robbing you of the deep, restorative peace you require. You must realize a brutal but liberating truth. The work will never be entirely finished. There will always be another email, another crisis, another mountain to climb. If you wait until everything is perfectly completed to feel peace, you will never feel peace until you are in the grave. The Stoic masters practiced the art of the hard stop. Epictetus taught that we must draw a firm boundary between what is in our control and what is not. When the day is done, your ability to impact the world is suspended. You cannot fix tomorrow's problems with tonight's exhaustion. You must consciously sever the cord. Visualize yourself taking all of your responsibilities, your ambitions, and your incomplete tasks, and locking them in a heavy iron box outside your bedroom door. Tell yourself, aloud if necessary, "I have done what was in my power today. The rest is no longer my concern." When you mentally resign from your duties for the night, you signal to your nervous system that it is finally safe to power down. Number 3. Evict the trespassers. How many nights have you lain awake having imaginary arguments with people who are already fast asleep? Someone disrespected you at work. Someone cut you off in traffic. Someone questioned your integrity, and you invite them right into your bedroom. You let them sleep in your head, rent-free, while you burn your precious emotional energy, raging against a ghost. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that he would encounter people who were selfish, jealous, and arrogant. But he also reminded himself that to be angered by them was a choice. "The best revenge," he wrote, "is to be unlike him who performed the injury." When you take anger to bed, you're punishing yourself for someone else's lack of character. To master your night routine, you must systematically evict every trespasser from your mind. Before you close your eyes, identify every person who frustrated you that day. Look at their actions, recognize that their behavior is a reflection of their own internal chaos and not your worth, and then intentionally forgive them. You do not forgive them because their actions were acceptable. You forgive them because your inner sanctuary is too premium to be polluted by their toxicity. You forgive them to reclaim your territory. Drop the heavy baggage of resentment right at the edge of your bed. Declare your freedom below. "I evict all chaos from my mind." Number 4. The architecture of tomorrow's armor. While the masses use their imagination to create anxiety about the future, the Stoic uses their imagination to construct an impenetrable defense. This is the ancient practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. If you wake up tomorrow expecting everything to be easy, expecting traffic to be light, colleagues to be polite, and plans to unfold perfectly, you're setting a trap for yourself. The moment friction arrives, you will shatter. You will become frustrated, reactive, and emotional because reality broke your fragile expectations. Before you sleep, take exactly 2 minutes to look at tomorrow. Anticipate the friction. Visualize the difficult meeting. Imagine the technology failing. Picture the colleague making a passive-aggressive remark. See the obstacles forming, and then, crucially, visualize yourself moving through them with absolute, lethal calm. You are not manifesting bad luck. You are putting on your armor before the battle begins. You are telling your brain, "I know the storm is coming, and I already know exactly how I will steer the ship." When tomorrow inevitably throws chaos your way, you will not flinch. You will simply smile, recognizing the exact terrain you already conquered in your mind the night before. Number 5. The inventory of enough. You spend your entire day operating in a matrix of scarcity. The world constantly screams at you that you are not wealthy enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. If you carry that frequency of lack into your sleep, your subconscious will marinate in desperation all night long. True power is accessed through the philosophy of enough. Epictetus stated, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Stoic gratitude is not a soft, passive emotion. It is a highly aggressive, tactical recalibration of your focus. Before sleep, you must force your mind to take an inventory of your wealth. Not your financial wealth, but your existential wealth. Feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Acknowledge the roof over your head. Think of one person who is fiercely loyal to you. Think of the brutal challenges you have survived that didn't kill you. When you flood your brain with the concrete evidence of what you already possess, you instantly neutralize the desperate anxiety of what you lack. You transition from the frantic energy of a beggar to the heavy, grounded energy of a king or queen. You go to sleep completely saturated with the undeniable truth that, right here and right now, you lack absolutely nothing. Lock this into your mindset. Comment below, "I am completely whole in this exact moment." Number 6. The perspective from the stars. When you are lying in the dark, your problems feel colossal. The unpaid bill, the awkward conversation, the delayed project, they expand in the silence until they feel like the center of the universe. This tunnel vision is the root cause of nighttime panic. Marcus Aurelius utilized a specific psychological tool to destroy this illusion, the view from above. When the pressures of ruling an empire threatened to crush his peace, he would mentally zoom out. Tonight, try this. Close your eyes and visualize yourself lying in your room. Then pull your perspective up. See your entire city. See the millions of people sleeping, fighting, and worrying about their own lives. Pull up further. See the entire turning globe, suspending in an infinite, cold, quiet void of space. When you observe the vastness of the cosmos, your ego takes a massive, necessary hit. You realize that your social embarrassment, your financial stress, your temporary failures, they are smaller than a speck of dust in the grand architecture of eternity. This realization does not make your life meaningless. It makes your life free. It strips the terrifying weight off of your daily struggles. You realize that the universe is not collapsing. It is just a Tuesday, and you can finally let out a breath and rest. Number 7. The ultimate surrender. The final act of the day is the ultimate practice of Stoic philosophy, the practice of surrender. Sleep is a biological necessity, but it is also a profound philosophical metaphor. To fall asleep, you must completely relinquish control. You must let go of your consciousness, your vigilance, and your physical command. The Stoics kept the concept of memento mori, the meditation on mortality, close to their hearts. Seneca advised us to treat each day as a separate life. You woke up, you lived, you fought, and now that mini-life is over. When you close your eyes, you're practicing a micro-death. There is immense freedom in this. You cannot control if your heart keeps beating through the night. You cannot control if tomorrow's sun will rise. The only logical, powerful response to this lack of control is absolute surrender. As you lie there, release the tension in your jaw. Drop your shoulders, unclench your hands. Tell the universe, "I yield." Trust that the invisible mechanics of the world will continue to turn without your micromanagement. By embracing the vulnerability of sleep, you are proving to yourself that you do not need to grip reality by the throat to be safe. You can let go. You can trust the silence. The night is not merely a gap between 2 days. It is the quiet forge where your mind is sharpened, your emotional debts are paid, and your strength is renewed. If you implement these 7 Stoic practices, if you audit your actions, sever the cords of work, evict your toxic trespassers, prepare for tomorrow's friction, anchor yourself in gratitude, zoom out to the stars, and practice ultimate surrender, you will completely rewrite your psychological baseline. You will no longer wake up as a victim of circumstances. You will wake up as a sovereign entity. The anxiety that used to paralyze you in the dark will dissolve. The people who used to dictate your mood will lose their leverage. You will sleep with the heavy, unshakable peace of someone who has mastered themselves. The blueprint is in your hands. The question is, do you have the discipline to execute it tonight? If you made it to the very end of this video, it means you possess a level of focus that 99% of the world lacks. You are part of the few who are actually ready to do the work. Prove it right now. Hit the like button to seal your commitment. Share this video with a friend who is fighting a quiet battle in the dark. And make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss the next step in our journey. Leave this final vow in the comments below. I surrender my night and conquer my tomorrow. Stay focused, stay disciplined. Guard your inner citadel. I will see you in the next one.